guys, so these are the cards that I'm using for the weekly reading, the 21st of October through to the 27th of October 2019. So that's Monday the 21st through to Sunday the 27th of October. What cards am I using? I'm using for the week ahead check-in. What I'm using is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. I'm also using the Urban Tarot. This is it's a deck that I've had for a few months actually. It's more a kind of, I don't know what they call it. It's not so much based on the Rider-Waite, I think. I think it's based on something like, do they call it the Pip or the Marseille, something like that? But it's not based on, it's not particularly Rider-Waite, I don't think it's based on. But yeah, it's by Robin Scott. Beautiful deck. We're going to use this today. Usually I just read, if I don't read kind of Rider-Waite, I just read intuitively what I see. And we also use the Grand Tarot Luxe by Ciro Marchetti, definitely one of my favourites. And advice comes from the Art of Life deck by Charlene Livingston. Okay, for your work and your love reading, we use the Dark Mansion Tarot as usual, and we're going to be using a lot of these for the thumbnails. And also for your advice for both your work and your love, and also your finance, we use the Tea Leaf Fortune Tarot cards, but we're using the Astral House cards from this deck. We are going to use perhaps some of the cards, the normal tea leaf cards underneath those, but we'll also probably use the answer deck as well underneath some of those Astral House cards. All right, that's it, guys. Enjoy your reading. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. If you'd like to see a particular reading, so if you'd like to only look at your work reading or only your love reading or maybe just the general reading, timestamps are below. So you just click on the time and it will take you straight through to the reading that you want to view. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright, let's have a look, Scorpio. Who are you guys this week? You are showing as being, the Ten of Coins. So, you know, when you're the Ten of Coins, you should be showing as being somebody who feels quite secure. Somebody who feels quite stable, especially when it comes to your money situation. This should show somebody who, and also this is about accomplishment of something that is earthly, okay? So this is like an earthly task, or, you know, this is like something that you've got it. So when you get coins, they're all about the earthly stuff. So they're all about the things, the practical things. So there's some of you guys might be accomplishing, finishing something that's been quite practical, like something around the home or something to do with a project or something to do with work. The tens are all about the completion of the cycle. So they're really just talking about the completion of a matter. And actually the Ten of Coins, because coins represent matter, this could be the completion of a matter. So some of you guys, it might be that you're completing a matter. I know that it's a bit of a play on words, but coins are matter. So you're completing a matter this week. It might be that some of you guys have finally finished saving something, maybe saving money. He looks like he's putting money into a jar. It might be for some of you Scorpios as well with this Ten of Coins energy. You're just completing a cycle here. So there's something that's just coming to, you know, to fulfillment, the ending of one cycle, beginning of another with the Ten of Coins. Some of you guys feeling quite strong, stable, secure financially, but also in terms of your home life as well. So perhaps spending time with family, that type of thing, because the Ten of Coins is all about the family as well. But on this card, it doesn't show a family. It shows a man putting the last coin, the 10th coin, into a jar before he closes the jar. So he has fulfilled his task. So I'm just seeing you guys fulfilling a task here more than anything else, probably this week with the Ten of Coins energy, which looks rather good. What's the situation about? Now, two cards came out when I asked this question, Scorpio. Well, the Five of Wands is a conflict. So this might be something to do with worry. You can read the Five of Wands in an amalgamation of ways, really. This can be an external conflict when you've got the Five of Wands. And sometimes the Five of Wands is an internal conflict. So this is worry, anxiety, conflict. Okay, oh yeah, some of you guys have been really worried about a conflict. Those two cards really did, you know, they actually flicked out together. So I knew that I had to take. So some of you guys have been worried about a conflict here. It might be that you've been worried about a conflict with another individual, energy showing here. So this looks like an individual's, a group. Could be, Five of Wands is often a group. Sometimes this is conflict within groups. So it might be you guys have been worried about a conflict within a group. It just might be a conflict with a person. But we've got two worry cards here. They can both. I mean, this is definitely an internal worry because it's the Nine of Swords. The Five of Wands energy is either internal or it's external, but there's some form of worry about a conflict going on here for you, Scorpios. But you guys are showing as being the Ten of Coins energy. I think that you're finally completing. There's completion. This is you. You're showing as the Ten of Coins. So if you're the Ten of Coins, and what I get here as well, coins represent health as well. So when you're either the Ten of Coins or you're the King of Coins or the Queen of Coins or the Knight of Coins, those types of cards to me kind of let me know that you're kind of building your health up again. You're feeling healthy. But remember, when you're a 10 or a king, you're at the top. You're at the, you're at the, what's the word I'm looking at for with those cards? You're at the top of something. So if you're the King of Coins, you're really healthy or you're really wealthy because you're a king of coin, king of the coin. If coins are wealth or if coins are money, then you're the king of it, You're either in charge or you're making a lot of money or something like that. But you're definitely at the top of your game with those cards. Same with the Ten of Coins. Tens represent the fulfillment of their suit. So we've got the Nine of Coins where if this had been a Nine of Coins and you guys were showing us the Nine of Coins, you'd be showing us being very secure, very personally secure. But this to me looks like you are ending a cycle here because you're putting the final coin in. It's almost like putting the final nail into the coffin or something. It's almost like Scorpio is shutting something down here. So it's almost like you're completing a matter here. I think that you're completing a matter here, Scorpio, that Ten of Coins. I don't think this is money. Might be some of you guys are paying money into something here. Maybe you're paying a bill or something like that. Maybe you've been worried about the conflict. You've decided, actually, I'm going to pay this off now. I'm just going to pay this off. So some of you guys are paying something off completely, probably with that Ten of Coins, because you've been worried about the conflict that it brings. So this might be paying a bill that's outstanding, worried about the conflict it brings, that type of thing. Or let's just say in general, whether it's money or any other way, Scorpio, you guys are finally completing a matter with this Ten of Coins, probably because you were really worried about the conflict that this could bring with that Nine of Swords looking into the Five of Wands. What is your goal for the week, Scorpio? Well, it's to have your justice, isn't it? It's to get justice. All right. I feel that with the there's a couple of things with the justice energy here. Number one, if your goal is to get justice, it's to get the finalisation of a situation. Justice is all about rewards, yes, and it's all about things going in your favour, okay? But justice for me is also about the restoration of balance to a situation. So I feel that, some of you guys, if you're paying money into something here, you're worried about the conflict something's going to bring, and you say, you know what, actually, let me just shut this down and pay what's owed, that type of thing, Scorpio, then, that'll be the case here for you guys, okay, showing up there, So some of you guys, it is that, sorry, but I've just washed this sheet and it's just like, got these little bits on it and I have no idea where they've come from. It's rather annoying. Okay, I'm probably going to change this actually after this reading before I do the second one for the other side. But yeah, some of you guys, as I've said, this area here, some of you guys paying money in, you're worried about the conflict. Your goal is to get justice. So for me, this is about closing something down. It definitely looks to me like you want to close something down because justice also, some of you guys, this might be something, the goal is to get something completed on a legal matter because justice is a legal card. But also justice is really just the finalisation and the completion card. Justice is also completion. It's the restoration of balance. And I think that your goal is to get completion and restoration of balance. You need to get things into sync because you've got these cards here saying that some of you guys are worried about a conflict. You're either paying money to finish that conflict, or you're finally completing a matter here. It's all to do you guys being worried about conflicts. You just want justice to be done. You know, you want the situation to finally be finished, to be done with, to be over with the justice energy. And really too, when you get the justice card as well, this is just about completing something in a satisfactory way. So whether this is legal or any otherwise, you just want something completed in a satisfactory way, justice energy. What is the obstacle you need to overcome, though? Futility. Well, I'm hoping it's not a futile thing. I mean, this is the Seven of Swords from this particular deck. And what I'm actually going to do, I hope you don't mind, because I'm not used to the way that these, I usually read via the Rider-Waite system. This is a different system of reading, and you have to kind of take note when you're reading differently, because I was taught kind of the Rider-Waite system, and, you know, I've just expanded on the meanings of that, and I, you know, obviously I use my intuition and I do things how I see fit with that, because once you know the rules, you can break them, can't you? But because this is a different system, I can't remember what it is, whether it's, I can't remember, is it Marseille or Pip or something like that system? But it's definitely, I don't think, the Rider-Waite system, because this card is called Futility. And this is the obstacle you need to overcome. I think I might keep this book out, but it says, I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience, but rules are rules, of course. Now if you could just fill out this form and then wait at the back of that line, someone will help you short. The rule of law is meant to treat us, all of us, as equal, but somehow the rules always come down hard on some while bending easily for others. I mean, I hope that this isn't the case, but this isn't you. This is the other side, the Seven of Swords. Because in this card, it almost talks about the imbalance. You guys are looking for balance with justice. You're looking for a situation to be completed. That's your goal. I want to complete this situation. I need this. This is settlement, really, justice. So my goal is to have a settlement of the matter with the justice energy, whether it's legal. It's probably legal for some of you guys, but I need settlement. So some of you guys, it might be a money thing that you're doing. You know, you're paying money off. You're worried about the conflict. I think I'll pay the money. I'll pay the bill. I want this to be settled with the justice energy, or I'm completing the matter. I'm going to finish this matter once and for all. I'm worried about the conflict and I want settlement of the matter. That's my goal, is to get settlement. But with that Seven of Swords energy, and they're saying on this particular book that, you know, the rule of law is meant to treat us all as equal, but somehow the rules always come down hard on some while bending easily on others. When the law becomes a tangled network of intentionally confusing and arcane restrictions, the clever and the wealthy can always find a loophole. But it's all about finding a loophole, maybe, with that Seven of Swords, more than anything. Your goal is to get completion of the matter, but the Seven of Swords in this one, futility, and when I looked at the word futility, it reminds me of futile. I'm wondering if that's what it actually is futile. Because if something's futile, it means it's no point, or there's no point, and I hate that. I hate it when we think, well, what do you mean there's no point to this? Is all of this work that Scorpio is putting in here, is there no point to this? I hope that there is, because I certainly don't feel it's futile, especially as I feel that you have the strategy worked out in these areas here. But it might be that there's, you know, the obstacle you need to overcome is that there's some form of a loophole that doesn't allow you to settle the matter with the justice energy showing there. Maybe there are other things that need, or other processes that need to be adhered to here. I get the impression that some of you guys might think something is easier done, or easily done and completed and settled. But I just get the impression that that might not be the case when I look at these cards. Right, so for the rest of us, there is the endless purgatory of bureaucracy. Our spirit is slowly worn down while we go round and round accomplishing nothing. With the Seven of Swords, we learn that the same tools that helped us to create order can also perpetuate inequality, create stagnation, and protect the deceitful and immoral from facing consequences. You can't beat the system, they say, at least not without a good lawyer. The wheels of justice grind the powerless beneath them, while those already in power find a way to take advantage at every turn. At every stage, they will claim that nothing they have done is illegal. They will say that the system is fair because everyone has the same chance to cheat if they simply know how. The idea that we saw reach general acceptance of the Six has run up against an endless series of obstacles and regulations that prevent it from being actually put into practice. We see the ideal situation, but the gatekeepers of the world find ways to delay and dispute, to distract us from the real issues and to bog us down in endless minutiae. In theory, nothing stands in our way. In reality, we begin to worry that simply being right isn't going to really be enough. Well, I don't really know what the hell he's going on about in there, but sorry. I love this deck, but speak plain English, please. Seven of Swords, futility. I don't want to say that the obstacle you need to overcome is that this is a futile action, and that whichever way you try and settle this matter, it's not really going to be settled because you're just running up against obstacle and against obstacle. I hope it's not that with that Seven of Swords. It may be, and I as you know, Scorpio, I can't lie on readings. I'm a Scorpio. You know, I'm really like your traditional Scorpio. We find it very hard to lie. We're just not. That's why people can't stand us, because we're always just like, if you say, if somebody says to us, do you look like a pig? We're going to more than likely say, yeah, you look like a pig. But then give a, you know, a solution that they can look better. But, you know, I'm hoping that this isn't futile. The obstacle you need to overcome is futility. All right, it might be that there's loopholes here and there's still circles that need to be kind of gone around. There's still a loophole that you need to kind of find in order to settle whatever this situation is. What could you be achieving by the end of the week? But this good, the sun. Nice. So the sun is accomplishment. It's the fulfillment. See, the hard work that you put into that 10 of coins there, Scorpio, being the 10 of coins for the week. And your intentions being for the week, the Justice card, to finally settle, might be a legal matter for some of you guys or another matter. Your goal to settle this matter by doing the 10 of coins energy, whatever that is, whether it's settling a matter in whichever way you settle it in or whether it's financial. What you could be achieving is finally the accomplishment of the goal, because the Sun and the World card in tarot mean that you're accomplishing the goal. If you put the work in, you're going to get the thing, you're going to get the results out. So you could be literally accomplishing this goal regardless of whatever the obstacle stands in the way with that Seven of Swords. What do you need to avoid this week, Scorpio? 9 of coins energy. I think that you need to avoid sitting back and burying your head in the sand. You've got to take action this week, okay? Because the 9 of coins is not an active card. The 9 of coins is sitting down, reading a book, eating nice food, watching TV. This is also a card that indicates somebody who can be quite lazy as well. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, they can be quite lazy cards too. They're not particularly active, and Cups and Pentacles are actually passive energy cards. So avoid sitting back and doing nothing this week and just reading a book. You need to take action. There's something here that needs to be resolved. What do you need to embrace? There you go. 5 of Wands shows again here. You need to embrace that you're going to have to really fight your corner on this with the 5 of Wands, okay? You got Wands. Wands are active energy. So when you get the Wands suit, they're active. Wands and Swords are active. Cups and Pentacles can be passive. It's telling you to avoid the Pentacles, sitting back, doing nothing, and embrace that you're going to have to fight your corner on whatever this is. 5 of Wands energy. You're really going to have to stand up for yourself. Now here, this is where we look at the 5 of Wands, and it talks about standing up for yourself and fighting your corner. That's what it is with the 5 of Wands energy. So you're going to need to embrace it. You're going to have to do this, Scorpio, okay? You can't just sit back here and just drink coffee, tea, eat, watch TV, and just watch the world go by. No point, okay? Fight your corner here. You're going to have to kind of stand up for yourself with the 5 of Wands, okay? It's a wand energy, so it's all about taking action. Direct action, inspired action. If you need advice, support, where can you go? You can go to Death. That's interesting. You know, the Death card for me is all about, usually it's about ancestors or a higher force or something like that, because Death for me is, when we go to Death, I mean, you can go to yourself probably as well if you need support. Go to yourself as well, or you need advice, because Death is our card. Death is the sign of Scorpio, okay? So this is all about the phoenix rising from the ashes. For me, this is about transcendence and a higher state of being. So really tap into your intuition, I think, here with the Death card, because this is our Scorpio's card, the Death card. This is our card. This card indicates Scorpio, phoenix rising from the ashes. So for me, this is the higher level of being card for a Scorpio energy. It's where we are starting to transcend. Transformation is Death. So this is where we are starting to transcend. And for me, this is more about spiritual and intellectual transcendence. So I feel that really, you really need to be tapping into that higher force within yourself, Scorpio, with the Death energy here. If you need advice, you very much can rely on yourself this week for advice, because your intuition is telling you to do something here. So I just get the impression that you really need to tap into that with the Death card. The other way to look at the Death card as well, I guess, is, you know, your ancestors, people who have passed on, that type of thing, for support, for help. So mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, people that were close to you, people that you could usually talk to when they were alive, when you were alive. But you always know that when people pass on, they're not really gone. I believe that anyway. I believe strongly that my mum and dad passed on years ago, but I believe that they're still around me very strongly, especially my mother. So speak to people who you've known who have passed on as well. Go to that higher force, because they'll be able to give you all the support and love you need. And also the courage to, you know, to do this. to do this because of this. We're going to quickly do this reading one more time, then we're going to get advice. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Scorpio on this reading in one card? What is the advice? Right, we'll have a look at that in a moment. I want to do this reading very quickly again. So Scorpio, you guys are the 10 of coins, okay? You are completing a matter this week, all right? The 10 of coins is all about, well, 10s are about completion. Coins are about matter. So you're completing a matter here this week with the 10 of coins energy. Just you know, you're locking it down basically. You might be paying a final installment or paying a bill here. 10 of coins. You might be paying out a lot of money. I won't lie, with the 10 of coins energy. Some of you guys, whatever the matter is that you're completing, and in whichever way you're doing it, Scorpio, it's because you're worried about some form of conflict coming to you. Okay. Your goal for the week is to settle something, settle, you know, a case, settle a matter. This is all about settlement of that matter. Justice represents settlement. Some of you guys, because I think it's your own justice you're looking for, because you're the one that's kind of settling the matter here. You need peace of mind, and justice ruled by Libra, air, is all about peace of mind, because it's about mental balance, mental harmony. So the goal is to have mental harmony and balance. The goal is to settle the matter, justice energy, whether it's legal or any otherwise. You just want peace of mind. That's what you want, Scorpio. The obstacle you need to overcome, I don't think it's a futile act, but I certainly feel that there are a few loopholes here that you're going to need to have to go through. Okay, it might. I mean, I'm hoping that it's as easy as we're seeing on the actual desk. But I just think that you need to know that, you know, you are going to have some loopholes that you're going to need to pass through, and there might be some gatekeepers there who don't want you to kind of achieve whatever this is here. It might be that you get a bit of a hard time with that 7 of Swords energy. 7 of Swords is also for me the card of strategy as well. So, you know, I'm just going to read it as I find as well, even if it is a little bit kind of Rider-Waite-ish. You know, it is a strategy, and you might have to work out a strategy with that 7 of Swords. I've always seen the 7 of Swords as a strategical card, because it's the card of strategy and planning. So you may have to work out, Scorpio, the obstacle you need to overcome is all about having to devise a strategy on how you settle the matter with this 10 of coins and the justice energy. How do I do it? Because it's clearly that you just don't want the aggro. You really, really don't want the aggro, Scorpio. So it's like, okay, I got to sell this because I just do not want the bloody aggro. All right. Just know that by the end of the week or going into the next few weeks, you're going to accomplish what you want. That's what you could achieve. The Sun, well, those two cards, you can't screw with them cards. They're the best cards in the tarot. They really are. Because they say if we put the work in, we get the goods out. And that, the Sun energy, what you could be accomplishing is the fulfillment of justice energy. So if you want to, your goal is to settle the matter, you could be literally doing that with the Sun energy showing there, regardless of whatever this is. Avoid sitting back and doing nothing, Scorpio. 9 of coins, pointless. If you sit back and do nothing, you're still going to be in this area here. That's what you want to get rid of, you see. You guys are worried about a conflict. You think you can settle it, either paying something out or whatever way you want to settle it in. You think you can settle it because you're worried about a conflict. If you sit back and do nothing, you're still going to be left with that. So you have to do something this week. You have to, Scorpio. Embrace that there may be, especially with that obstacle you need to overcome, the futility of the 7 of Swords energy. Minus the strategical planning, Scorpio, it might be that you do have a few obstacles that stand in your way. It might be that you have people that are going to put you through a few rings before you can complete this matter here with the justice energy showing here. But just get ready, just know and just embrace, yeah, you're going to have to stand your corner. You know, there's no gain without pain sometimes, Scorpio, okay? So just know you're going to have to really kind of fight your corner here if you want to get that justice energy done. If you need advice, support, go to your higher self. We are the phoenix rising from the ashes, death. All right, go to the higher state of yourself. Go to the place that's very similar to the Hierophant. What is it you know? What is it you believe? What is your intuition telling you? But also, if you need to speak to people, ancestors, people who have passed on, don't be afraid to do that, because I think that they're very strongly around you at this time, Scorpio, as you approach your birthday month. And actually, we are in the time of Scorpio. I think, is it by the time this reading goes? Yeah, by the time this reading finishes, by the 27th, we're nearly in the time of Scorpio. So for all of you early Scorpios, I think that this death card is very, very, important for you. What is the advice through the art of life? So Queen of Coins is your advice. Riches are not from abundance of worldly goods, but there you go, from a contented mind. So you guys are going to be feeling extraordinary. That's the advice. This week, it's not about the money. It's about knowing, even if you've got to pay money out, even if this is a case, I'm just giving you an example, Scorpio, even if it's a case that you've got to pay your money out with the Ten of Coins, even if it's a case of that, to settle a matter here that you just don't want the conflict on, it's not going to be that way for all of you. Of course it's not. But, just know that it's fine, because it's not about the money that you've got, but it's knowing that you're feeling a sense of contentment. Yeah, I got that bill paid. Doesn't mean I'm going to have all this court stuff on me or something like that. And even if it's not that, even if you're settling a matter here because you're worried about the conflict that comes along with it, feeling rich within the self with this Queen of Coins energy is not from what you've got. It's all about just feeling balanced. Mentally balanced is the Justice energy here, and that's your Queen of Coins energy. The contented mind is the mental balance of the Justice, and that's your goal as well. Just to have feel mentally balanced, feel mentally well again, because some of you guys probably haven't. And the Nine of Swords is a card that indicates there is no mental wellness here. Nine of Swords, Moon, those type of cards talks about complete mental imbalance. What you guys are looking is for contentment, mental balance and harmony in terms of settling, knowing that you've settled a matter here. Because there's something that's been playing on your mind for quite a while and you just want it done and dusted with, which is absolutely fine. Okay, we're going to get on with your work reading. Bear with me. Okay, Scorps, let's have a look at work. What have we got? We've got the King of Wands. King of Wands is usually an entrepreneur. He's usually a go-getter when you get the King of Wands. King of Wands is also somebody who takes direct action, because all kings take charge in the external world. That's what they're there for, okay? So this is somebody who's very action-orientated, and it might be that this is something also to do with advertising, or when you get the King of Wands, it's definitely the card that indicates advertising or an advertisement or something like that. The one people tend to deal with kind of creativity and film and TV and that type of thing. But often when you get the King of Wands, he's a very dynamic, charismatic character. This can be somebody who's a public speaker, that type of thing. Let's have a look. The Fool. Okay, so I think that there's somebody here who's probably presenting you with an opportunity with the Fool energy. All right, now the Fool is the opportunity. So this could be a new beginning in terms of work. So maybe there's somebody here who's presenting Scorpio with an opportunity with the Fool energy. All right, so we've got the Five of Coins, but it's reversed. So the Five of Coins in the reverse, in the upright for me, this is leaving a workplace. So if this had been upright, I'd probably thought, well, maybe there's a person who's presenting you with an opportunity to leave where you are. But the Five of Coins might be to return, because the Five of Coins is going back to what you left. This is going back to a secure environment. So there might be somebody here who's presenting you, because all kings take charge, and he's a presenter as well because he's a showman. So there might be somebody here who's presenting you with an opportunity, Scorpio, to return. This could be to return to somewhere that you left a long time ago, or to return to something that you left a long time ago. Return to the fold. Ten of Cups energy. So Ten of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. Ten of Cups energy. Ending of cycles as well. Ten of Cups energy. The Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords in terms of a work reading, this is I think this is a deception here. The Ten of Cups could have been, maybe this was the workplace, maybe you left somewhere, maybe this is something about leaving somewhere that was quite deceptive, because the Ten of Cups in terms of work, this is about completion, ending of cycles, but it's also about emotional fulfillment. This is like your work family. This might be you. Seven of Swords energy. Seven of Swords could be avoiding as well. I'm wondering if you're avoiding completing this, or because the Ten of Cups can be completion. And the Seven of Swords is completing. I think you're going to avoid completing this. You're going to avoid doing this, in other words, I think, with those two cards there. Because I think somebody's inviting you with that Fool to return to somewhere that you were before, Scorpio. But you may be the Seven of Swords avoid doing this with this Ten of Cups energy showing there. Let's have a look. Five of Swords. So Five of Swords in terms of a work reading. Often this is conflict with others. You might be dealing with jealousy, or you might be dealing with cruelty as well with the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. And Five of Swords can actually mean deep hurt. I think that you've been deeply hurt within a group, some of you guys. Five of Swords and the Three of Cups. Also, Five of Swords means to cut oneself off from a group. But I get the impression that some of you guys were deeply hurt. It might have been by a group of people, that Three of Cups energy showing there. Oh, the moon card. So the moon card talks about secrecy. Might have been 3 women here as well. Lots of anxiety. I think that this is explaining why you won't go back here. I think you were deeply hurt wherever this was. It's almost like this is explaining where you were, what happened, Scorpio. Because I'm getting, there was a lot of deep hurt, and there was also a lot of sabotage within a group. A group of people could have been trying to sabotage you, showing here. It might be that they were very underhanded with it, with that 7 of Swords. So this could be sabotage again, 10 of Cups energy. It might be within a group of people. But I think that you're avoiding completing on this with the 10 of Cups energy. I think it's because there was a lot of deep hurt within this group. I think there was a lot of sabotage within this group. Could have been with the moon card. This was especially about one particular person, group of women. Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Okay, I think that you guys didn't see any potential in this role with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I think that you just couldn't. And I think also, maybe there was sabotage within a group. Maybe in secret, these people stopped you from moving forward with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I get the impression that in secret with the moon energy, they stopped you from moving forward with that Wheel of Fortune. Hanged Man. So Hanged Man is reversed as well. A lot of reversals here. Don't usually have reversals in my reading, but when they show up, they show up. So the Hanged Man in the upright is usually about slow-moving changes. The Hanged Man, sorry, in the reverse, which is what this is, it almost feels like it was a very awkward situation, because the Hanged Man in the upright is more awkward than the Hanged Man in the reverse. Sorry, in the reverse, it's more awkward than the one in the upright. If you look at the one in the upright, you know, he's hanging upside down, but he's kind of just sacrificed, he's surrendered to a situation, he's comfortable, there's slow moving changes, it's slow rebirth is the Hanged Man when it's in the upright. In the reverse, the Hanged Man also almost feels really, really stuck with that card reversed. What I'm getting here from work, Scorpio, is I think somebody is going to present you with an opportunity with the Fool energy to return to a place that you worked in before. I think they're going to present you with an opportunity to return somewhere here, Scorpio. This week, going into the next few weeks, I see somebody presenting you with an opportunity to return to a job. But I think that you're going to avoid doing this with that 10 of Cups. You're going to avoid the 10 of Cups energy. See, the 7 of Swords doesn't want to be a part of this group. All right. When you get 7 of Swords sometimes running out, away from a card, he doesn't want to be a part of what's in front of him. So this guy is, to me, clearly kind of, whether he was here or here, is running away from the 10 of Cups. And this, I think, is you. I think that you just don't want to, you really don't want to return here. You're going to avoid doing this. You want to avoid that group. Probably because you've been hurt by a group of people here. Could have been a group of women. The moon energy represents female energy, and usually they can be secret. Feminine energy in the workplace can be, I'm sorry to say, very bitchy energy as well. We've got no queens in this reading. We don't have 3 queens to say there was anything supportive here. So it might be with the 5 of Swords energy that you got really hurt. 3 of Cups energy show a group of people doing stuff in secret. I think that these people were sabotaging your luck, because we've got that Wheel of Fortune reversed. And also the Hangman reverse. It just feels like there was nothing that you could do about it as well with the Hangman reverse. I think that you dealt with a group of people that were really sabotaging you. I think they sabotaged your luck, which is why the Wheel of Fortune's reversed. And there was nothing that you could do about it at all with that Hangman in the reverse as well. So this is why I think that you're avoiding going back. I just feel in work, somebody's coming this week or into the next few weeks, Scorpio. They'll offer you to go back to a particular job. You're going to say no. You're going to try avoid this group of people, this 10 of Cups. They look very nice, don't they? 3 Cups, 10 of Cups. But we've got aspecting cards of the Moon, Wheel of Fortune reverse, that Hangman reverse as well, and the 5 of Swords. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 what I would say pretty negative cards kind of showing up here in terms of a work reading. Because I think that you were sabotaged. I think your luck of the Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio, was sabotaged, 5 of Swords, by this group of people. And I think that they were secretly, the moon energy, sabotaging your luck here. And there was nothing that you could do about it. Okay? And that's why you're reluctant with that 7 of Swords. I think this is you to return to this 10 of Cups, to this environment. Okay? Because of what you went through. So, yeah, there could be somebody who wants you to return. All right, but I get the impression that you're going to be kind of like, not sure about that one. I went through it the first time with this place. I don't think I want to put myself through it again. Let's have a quick look at what the works reading is saying to you. So for career, what is the advice you have for Scorpio on career, please, universe? What is the advice you have for Scorpio and career in 3 cards for this week coming in? What is the advice you have for Scorpio and career through the answer deck? Right, says there's a dark-haired woman here. Diligence. Says, I think there's somebody here around you who's being very patient. Attraction. So diligence, slow sexual, slowly trying to attract you in. I get the impression there's a person around you coming in your career, and I think they're going to be really, I think that they're going to be very, very slow. They're going to be very patient in terms of trying to attract you back in. Maybe this is something to do with this person here, this King of Wands, who's giving you the opportunity, I think, with the Five of Coins reversed, to return to a place that you left long ago. Too much sabotage, people kind of sabotaging your luck, couldn't make much money, couldn't move up the ladder, no promotion, that type of thing, by groups that were trying to sabotage you, they were trying to hold you up, they were trying to kind of get you on lockdown, I think. But it might be that the part of this is that there is a woman here who's slowly but surely trying to, with that diligent card, trying to attract you back in to the fold here. Okay. Okay. But there was, it keeps saying, however, there was a destruction of your good luck because of a hidden enemy. Still saying it. So it's the same thing here. It's saying that somebody wants you. And I think this brown-haired woman who's slowly but surely with the diligent card trying to attract you back into the fold here. Okay. Probably they know that they've got to be careful, Scorpio, because you were destroyed. Your good fortune, which is that Wheel of Fortune there, was destroyed, which is why that wheel's reversed by a hidden enemy, which I'm seeing as the Five of Swords and that Moon and the Three of Cups together. A group of people hiding in secret, sabotaging your good luck. That's why the wheel's reversed. Nothing you could do about it. You couldn't move, you couldn't do anything here. So I just feel somebody's slowly working on trying to get you back. They know what you've been through, Scorpio, but they're trying to slowly work on getting you back into the fold. Let's have a quick look at your wealth, actually, very quickly. Universe Spirit, what do you have for wealth for Scorpio? What is the advice that you have for Scorpio's money this week? What advice do you have for Scorpio's money this week? Show me. So the money situation, it says there's inspiration here. And anxiety. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Anxiety is peace. So basically, if you guys have been feeling anxious about money, you should find with the peace card that this slowly but surely starts to peter out. It might be that you're inspired to do something to make money this week, Scorpio, and this is going to help kind of eradicate the anxiety you've been feeling. So I'm seeing in terms of wealth, it's more about the action you take this week, Scorpio, where you guys are inspired to take an action in terms of making money, and this is going to help to resolve some of the anxiety some of you guys have been feeling about that. Bear with me, gonna do your love reading. Okay, Scorpio, so let's have a look at your love. What do we see? Oh, Page of Cups. So Page of Cups often for me is the new love card. This is somebody who's flirting with you. This is somebody who's expressing desire or interest. Can also show as a faithful lover. It just depends. But I often see the Page and the Knight as being a little bit more lackadaisical when it comes to love. They're interested 1 minute, the next they probably aren't, because they're very young energies. Not until you become a queen and a king are you literally more serious for me. But anyway, this can show romantic interest or, you know, the beginnings of a new relationship with the Page of Cups, or starting to discover. What I'm seeing here is an interesting thing. I mean, you know, this could be nice communication as well, because she's a communicator, and the Page of Cups is kindness. So, you know, it could be some really loving communication going on here this week. But also it could be, while someone is showing romantic interest, the Queen of Swords would probably indicate that one person is not. So I'm seeing there's two things. I'm seeing kind of love and communication, but also what I'm seeing with this Page and this Queen of Swords energy is somebody who is younger, trying to get the attention maybe of somebody who's older here. But there's a lack of interest probably from the older person showing up here. The Hierophant, okay. You know, Queen of Swords can be a divorce card, and then you've got a Hierophant showing here. So this is all about commitment. It almost feels like somebody is cutting someone off here, unless there is commitment, though. That's how it feels to me here, because I'm getting somebody here on the Page of Cups. I'm not going to say it's you necessarily, Scorpio, because this is water, but I'm certainly getting with, because usually he's seen as a Pisces anyway, which I'm not surprised. But what I'm seeing here is that there is romantic interest with the Page of Cups from one person, but somebody is almost saying no, not unless there's some form of commitment with the Hierophant energy. Yeah, commitment, King of Cups energy showing up here. You know, I'm seeing several things in this reading. Number one, it could be that you're getting attention this week, Scorpio, but I see you as that Queen of Swords. It might be because you're already married, you're already connected with someone, or it might be because you've got a vision for a commitment, which is why you're not paying much attention to this page. Okay, Five of Wands in the reverse. So the Five of Wands in the reverse is all about healing for me. So when I see this card, it talks about a conflict or worries being healed. The vision is to heal some worries here. He's looking into his cup, so he's got a vision. But also the King of Cups on a wand card. When you get cups and wand, for me, they work very well in a way when there's conflict, because kindness and love from the King of Wands can help to heal the worries of the Five of Wands when it's in the upright, thus turning it down into a reversal. So the Five of Wands as a reversal for me is all about healing. So this is almost like love is healing anxiety or healing worries here. Love can heal this. It's interesting because I'm just getting the impression that somebody is showing interest to you, Scorpio, with that Page of Cups energy. They look like a younger energy to me, though. But I think that this is you, Scorpio, saying no, not interested. Some of you guys are already in a commitment in which you've got no worries or no fears about that. And some of you guys, you're saying, no, I don't want to have like a flighty relationship with you. I literally want, because she wants, I want a commitment, okay? In which, because I've got a vision. I've got a vision with the King of Cups energy. But what is the vision for? The Five of Wands energy. In which maybe the boundaries are kind of, because Five of Wands can also be boundaries. So maybe you've got a vision for some of you guys in which some form of boundaries here. Maybe there are religious boundaries happening or something like that. In which some boundaries are broken. Because the Five of Wands for me in the reverse is boundaries being broken as well. It's almost like you've got a vision of some boundaries being broken here. But I get the impression as well, to be perfectly honest, that somebody is showing you interest. I think this is you, Scorpio, the Queen of Swords. I think you're saying, no, I'm not interested in that. Number one, I'm committed to someone else for some of you guys. And number two, for some of you guys, I'm not interested in your flirtatious talk and in your romantic ideals and all the rest of it, because I want commitment. You know, I want commitment perhaps with a loving individual, or I want commitment because my vision is to break down a few boundaries here. Let's have a look at the next card. Seven of Wands energy. So Seven of Wands, when that shows up in a love reading, can sometimes show somebody who's getting a lot of attention. But also this can show forcefulness, and it can show difficulties, and it can show facing challenges with the Seven of Wands energy. The Lover's energy. I get the impression, because Seven of Wands and the Lovers should be somebody who's trying to protect a relationship. But how I read the Lovers is I look at the card and I look at what the picture is. What I'm seeing here is not a relationship on this Lovers. I'm seeing somebody who's paying attention to this individual and they've left this person out in the cold. So I've seen somebody who made a choice between two people. All right, Seven of Wands. I think that some of you guys with the Lovers. So this for me kind of aspects this card and says, well, you wouldn't be trying to protect a relationship like that. So I feel that you guys are standing strong in the face of adversity. The Lover's energy, it feels to me like there is a choice here that needs to be made between two people. Showing here on that Lover's energy. I think that you're standing firm. I think this is you, Scorpio, standing firm in your decision, perhaps with the Lover's energy. Let's call that the decision card. I think you're standing firm in your decision here. Let's have a look. Four of Coins. You're not going to come to this individual here. You're resisting. You're standing firm in your decision that you will reject this individual. Unless the goal that you have with that World energy, Knight of Coins energy, is... Because the goal is the World energy. Your goal is for a commitment. You've got a vision to break down. I think that I'm going to call this you. Maybe you want a commitment with somebody who's quite loving. Maybe the commitment with this loving individual doesn't come along with problems. Five of Wands in the reverse here. Because we could read this as you, Scorpio, but then we could read this as somebody else as well. We could read that King of Cups as the person that you want. Because what you've got right now is the child. And what you want is an adult. That's what you want. You've got somebody who's quite childish, I think, for some of you Scorpios, that Page of Cups. I think this is you, the Queen of Swords. And I think that you are rejecting the advances of an individual here. I think that you want commitment. Because when you get the Queen of Swords, usually the Queen of Swords is drawn in profile. And usually when the Queen of Swords is holding her sword in a profile way and there's a card in front of her, it says what she wants. So it says, this is what I want, this is what I'm after. So it doesn't matter, she's not in profile here, but I think what you want is commitment. Okay, King of Cups, healing of pressure, because the Five of Wands in the reverse is healing. Okay, somebody who can heal the pressure or heal the problems, or a King of Cups who, I think that you've got a vision of some form of healing or barriers being broken. Five of Wands, as I've said in the upright, is all about the barriers. In the reverse, it's about those barriers being broken. I think that you're standing by your decision with the Lover's energy to, you know, to reject this person's advances here. Probably because you want to achieve the goal. Commitment. The Knight of Coins can be a commitment card as well. Probably because you want to achieve the goal of commitment here with the Knight of Coins energy. See, the Page of Cups, it's a nice card for love, but all I see with the Page of Cups when I see this card is somebody who's not always committed. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Just depends what they're aspected by. All right. Also, this Page of Cups could have a lot of interest as well. As I said, the Seven of Wands is the card of romantic interest. This shows up when you've got a lot of suitors. So this Page of Cups who's offering you, Scorpio, showing us the Queen of Swords love, may have a lot of suitors. They've got a lot of lovers here. Seven of Wands and the lovers can be, they've got a lot of interest, a lot of lovers. Okay. They may have a lot of lovers showing up there, and that might be why you're saying no as well. So what I'm seeing here is you've got interest, Scorpio, but you guys are saying no. Probably because there's two reasons why you're saying no. Number one, I think whoever it is that's showing you interest here, Scorpio, with this Seven of Wands, they've got a lot of lovers. All right, Seven of Wands and the lovers. All right. So you're saying no to this because this person's got a lot of lovers. The second reason is you want a commitment. All right. Your vision as the King of Cups, because you know who you are. That's why you show as the King. So your vision as the King of Cups, Scorpio, is to break down a few barriers here in this particular relationship. So you want this person to kind of man up. You want them to get rid of all the hangers on, and you want them to completely commit to you. And, you know, you are standing by your decision, Scorpio, to reject this Page of Cups, okay, until you get what you want with the world energy. So until you achieve the goal of that commitment, Knight of Coins energy from this page here, you're saying no. And you're standing by your decision as well. Very, very interesting. And I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you. And it's really, the proof is going to be in the pudding. If this person can truly commit to you with this Knight of Coins stroke here, I think you're onto a winner. But if they can't, because I just feel there's somebody here who doesn't want to give up what they do. They don't want to give up what they do. You know, they whisper sweet nothings in your ear, but you're like, Can you see her? She's like, really? You know, she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it, which is you, because you want commitment. Your vision is to break down barriers here. Five of Wands in the reverse. That's your vision. You've got a vision here when you're looking into the cup. It's not looking into a, you know, into a ball. You've got a vision here for the future, and that vision is, I want a proper, solid relationship. You got too many people going on here. You got too many lovers, too many interested parties. All right, and I'm saying no to you. I'm standing by my decision as a Scorpio to say no for a Coins energy until I achieve the goal of your commitment. If you can't give the commitment, piss off, basically, okay? Interesting, very good reading. Let's have a quick look at what the love advice is for the week. So we're going to get love. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Scorpio in love? What's the advice you have for Scorpio in love this week? Show me. The advice, Scorpio, is you've got clarity here. There's clarity here. Surprise, okay, dark-haired woman. It says when this card is facing, whoever you are, well, you might be like, but there's a woman here who's facing a surprise. You're going to get some clarity this week. I think it might be you're getting some surprising messages. So it might be, Scorpio, you're the dark-haired woman. You don't have to literally be dark-haired. Lots of you will probably have black hair, blonde hair, watching this, doesn't matter. But I think that it's just really saying that you're going to be facing a surprise this week in love. And through that surprise, Scorpio, I think you're going to get some clarity. All right, that's your reading for the week, Scorpio. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you like a private reading, you know where to go. Go to the link in the comment section or the end screen. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.